Have you ever felt like your own thoughts were your biggest enemy? Like your mind keeps running in 100 directions, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't focus? This is the story of a boy who learned that the most powerful thing in life is not strength or talent, but the ability to train your thoughts. In a peaceful little village surrounded by green fields and quiet rivers, there lived a young boy named Arun. He was smart, kind, and full of dreams. But there was one problem. His mind was always busy, always running, always distracted. When he tried to study, he thought about playing outside. When he helped his mother, his mind wandered to the sound of his friends laughing in the street. And when he finally sat to rest, his thoughts kept racing. Worries, ideas, memories, everything all at once. His father often told him gently, "Arun, the world outside is noisy, but the noise inside your head is even louder. Learn to guide your thoughts, or they will guide you." Arun would nod, but deep down he didn't know how. He would say, "Father, I try, but I can't stop thinking." And his father would smile and reply, "Then, my son, you must learn to train your thoughts, not fight them." One day, during the summer holidays, a wise old teacher named Master Hari came to the village. He was known far and wide for his calm nature and his ability to teach young people the art of focus. Many students who once struggled had become successful after learning from him. Arun's father took him to meet the teacher. Master Hari lived in a small cottage near a lake. When they arrived, the air was cool, and the sound of birds filled the silence like soft music. The old man looked at Arun kindly and said, "So, young boy, what brings you here?" Arun hesitated and replied softly, "My father says I cannot control my thoughts. I want to focus, but my mind keeps running away." The teacher smiled. "Ah," he said, "the wild horse of the mind. Every young person must learn to ride it." He stood up, walked to a nearby table, and picked up a small clay pot filled with water. "Take this pot," he said, "and carry it to the other side of the garden. But be careful, do not spill a single drop." Arun nodded and began to walk carefully through the garden path. At first, it seemed easy, but soon he noticed butterflies dancing near the flowers, the smell of fresh mangoes from a nearby tree, and the sound of children laughing by the river. His eyes followed every sound and every movement, and before he knew it, water had spilled from the pot. When he reached the end, half the pot was empty. The teacher looked at him and asked, "What happened, Arun?" Arun looked down, embarrassed. "I got distracted," he said. Master Hari smiled gently. "That's how your mind works too. Every time you chase a thought, you lose a drop of your focus. And before you reach your goal, your pot is empty." Arun looked up curiously. "So, how do I stop it?" The teacher replied, "You don't stop your thoughts. You train them. Just as you guide a horse to walk steadily, you must teach your mind to return when it wanders." From that day, Arun started his training. Every morning before sunrise, he would sit quietly outside his home, close his eyes and listen to the wind, to the rustling leaves, to the sound of his own breath. At first, it was hard. His mind jumped to 100 things. What he'd eat, what his friends were doing, what his teacher might say. But each time he gently brought his attention back to his breathing, again and again. He also began to do small tasks with full focus. When he ate, he focused only on eating. When he read slowly, carefully, one word at a time. And when he helped his parents,
He gave all his attention to the work, no complaints, no rushing. The villagers often saw him sitting quietly under a tree, and they would smile. He used to be restless, they said, but now he looked so calm. Weeks turned into months, and slowly something magical began to happen. Arun's memory improved. His studies became easier. He could listen to his teacher without daydreaming. Even when people around him shouted or argued, he stayed calm, like a still lake. One day, a big challenge came. The village school announced a competition, a special test that would decide who would represent their village in the district-level exams. The test was known to be very difficult. It required quick thinking and sharp focus. Many students began to prepare, but most were nervous and anxious. Arun too felt nervous, but he remembered Master Hari's words. When your mind becomes your friend, even mountains become easy to climb. On the day of the competition, the classroom was silent. The teacher placed the papers on each desk. Some students panicked, some rushed. But Arun closed his eyes for a moment and took a deep breath. He whispered to himself, "Focus on one step at a time.
Don't run faster than your thoughts." He started writing slowly, carefully. Each question he read, he gave it his full attention, like holding that pot of water again, this time making sure not a single drop would spill. Time passed. The teacher finally announced, "Pens down." Everyone sighed. Arun looked at his paper. He had completed every question. When the results came a week later, the entire village gathered near the school gate. The teacher stepped out, smiling proudly. He said, "This year's winner is Arun." The crowd cheered. Arun's parents' eyes filled with tears. Even Master Hari, standing at the back, smiled with quiet pride. Later that evening, Arun went to the old teacher's house. He bowed deeply and said, "Master, I did it, but not alone. You taught me how to control my thoughts." The teacher shook his head gently. "No, Arun, I didn't control your thoughts. I only showed you the mirror. You trained yourself. You learned that the mind is like a river. It will always flow. But if you learn to guide its direction, it can light the lamps of your dreams." Arun smiled, tears shining in his eyes. He had finally understood what his father once said. The world outside is noisy, but peace begins inside your mind. From that day on, Arun became an example for everyone in the village. When younger kids felt distracted, they would ask him, "Brother Arun, how do we stay focused?" He would smile and reply, "Start small. One breath at a time. Don't fight your thoughts. Train them, guide them." His life changed, not because the world became easier, but because his mind became stronger. Your mind is your greatest power. It can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. When you learn to train it with patience, with discipline, and with calm, you can achieve things you never thought possible. If you felt even a small spark of motivation while listening to Arun's story, don't let it fade when this video ends. Take a moment today to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and begin training your thoughts, one small step at a time. Because the one who conquers his own mind has already conquered the world. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more simple and powerful life stories. And tell me in the comments, what is one thought you want to train starting today? I'll be reading your answers. Remember, your next chapter begins the moment you decide to master your mind. Start today. And before you go, if you ever feel lost, tired, or forget who you truly are,
There's one story you must hear next, before you forget yourself. Watch this. It might be the reminder your soul has been waiting for.